Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will. Today we have two league games for you. We are at home against Radcliffe and away against Southport. Since you were last with us, form continues to be inconsistent, to be perfectly honest. We had the draw away against Hereford. We lost against Marine again. We finally scored against them, but we still lost by the goal, and that finished 2-1. We then went away to Worksop, won by 4 goals to 0 in a very, very solid performance, arguably one of the best performances of the season. A 0-0 draw away against Darlington, a 1-0 win at home against Fylde, but then two quite heavy defeats realistically, a 3-0 defeat at home to Alfreton and a 2-0 defeat away against Merthyr, which means, as you can see, 1 goal in our last 4 games. So realistically, I'm not too sure whether we're solving anything at the moment. We're trying to get through everything as best we can. We've changed tactically multiple times, but for whatever reason, nothing seems to be sticking. And overall morale of the team was quite reasonable after these games here, but after these two heavy defeats, morale has once again shot down. So I'm not entirely sure which way it's going to go at the moment. I am debating changing tactically again because, like I say, consistency is proving to be a problem. Um, yeah, it's just proving to be a really difficult situation for us. But that little unbeaten run that we did have, those 3 league games, plus the 3 that we had previously as well, has seen us come up to 10th place in the overall league table. And to be quite honest, that's not too bad, considering we're looking at finishing mid-table. We're pretty much there or thereabouts as we hit the halfway point of the campaign. We are just really lacking that consistency as things stand. Um, Something else I noticed as well briefly, some people have been getting confused about the fact that the form side of things doesn't work. It's actually reversed from what it used to be. So it used to be that the last game you played would have been on the right hand side. It's actually on the left hand side as of now. So it's actually working in reverse to how it used to. I'm not too sure why they've changed that the way round of that, but it was just a little thing that I noticed. So hopefully that clears up any confusion for you guys as things progress in your own saves. We're going into our fixtures today. I'm just hoping for better performances, to be honest. We haven't changed tactically just yet because we have had some good results with this setup. But again, it is a back of my mind that we may need to make some more changes. So we'll have to wait and see how things go. But fingers crossed, we can at least be a little bit more competitive. I am still debating whether to go 2 up front as well. It's not something we've done as of yet. But Tony Weston has had a good little spell in front of goal. Obviously not in the last few games. As I mentioned, we haven't scored for a while. But in the games that he was starting previous to that, he did have a few games in concession that he managed to score in. So I am debating having 2 up front and take the pressure off Spencer a little bit. But Spencer has managed to bag 16 goals in all competitions so far this season. As you can see, in terms of morale, everybody is absolutely shot at the moment. It really is proving to be a difficult situation for us. Obviously, it's also Boxing Day, so I dare say that the players aren't best pleased about playing straight after Christmas with their families. But you know, it is what it is. Boxing Day fixtures have been something that have been in play for a very long time now. And to be quite honest, as time's going on with some of these players as well, I think, to be honest, I'm starting to make some decisions about the kind of players that are going to be kept versus the ones that are going to be leaving. So at the same time, we're trying to evolve the team, but we're evolving it in different ways. We are starting to pick out those players of which we want to allow to leave and those that we want to stay. So this game against Radcliffe, it's a little bit of a mid-table clash, realistically. I think they're, you know what, I didn't even check to see where they were. Just bear me a second. I'll just see if there is a way I can see it after this highlight. Richards into Barton, back to Richards. Now James into Richards again. Plays it into Stobbs. Lodges it all the way back to Stokes. But it did give us a little bit of space there as an all-in back to Stokes again. switches the play nicely. Richards coming down the right side. That's a great pass into Spencer, and he's managed to score, but he's just mistimed his run. Very unlucky. A very well worked goal, though, I might add. So quite promising from my perspective. But again, just lacking that discipline in front of goal. He's got to be staying on side there realistically. Um, but obviously, because of I mean, he is getting on a little bit now, Spencer, in the context of the footballing terms for a striker. He hasn't got that pace that he probably once had, so he has got to get in there. But he's got another chance, and Hewitt makes a very good save in goal for Radcliffe. But this is a very, very good start. Two really good early chances for Spencer. Ambersley couldn't quite find James, and it is cleared away. And again, every time, as soon as I'm trying to click on something, um, yeah, I don't really know if I can do it from this screen. We'll have to wait until the highlight stops and I will pause it next time. I was hoping I could do it quickly enough, but I'm not that pacey with it at the moment. Here is Sobowale with the header on. James into Spencer now, coming through the centre. He's not got a lot of support, but he's shot from distance, and it was a confident effort, really, from a man that, despite everyone being a little bit down in the morale terms, he's had a very good season so far. Radcliffe are just behind us, so even if Radcliffe beat us today, they wouldn't be able to catch us. So we have got a little bit of a gap toward them. But as things stand at the moment, we need to just stem the flow of goals against us. That's what we're looking for today. Hawkins here. I mean, why are you coming that far out? You could have easily just booted the ball out. I've got him on just a regular goalkeeping term, by the way. He's not a sweeper keeper or anything like that. So he's clearly feeling a little bit adventurous in this game. As an Ollyman, Ambersley exchanging passes. He's got support, Ambersley. He doesn't need it, though. And that is a fantastic goal from the Loney. It's his first goal of the season, I believe, actually. He's really taking his time to get into the swing of things here. But he's done really well there, cutting into the penalty area. And realistically, he didn't have a lot of options on, but he's managed to just about get enough curl on that to get it inside that far post. And that is a really good finish from Comrade Ambersley. First goal of the season, and we have finally managed to score another goal. And again, as I mentioned before, we've had some good results in this formation recently, but the last few results have been poor. So it's just one of those awkward situations, really, where we know this system works, but we just need to get that consistency in our game. James into Richards. Stops down this right hand side into James. Richards, first time ball, and Stubbs is in behind on this right hand side. Can he play it back? He can. And it's fallen to Ezanolim, and that's a good clearance off the line from the defender. And the referee getting in the way of Adam Barton there, I noticed, as he tried to take a shot as ball finds Jackson and now Glendon. And the opportunity just calms itself down. Currently sat at 1-0. Really happy with the performance, though. I mean, that left-hand side, especially, Ezanolim and Ambersley are seeing a lot of the ball at the moment, and both of them playing very, very well as things stand. Sobowale into Stokes, and now Ezanolim down the left-hand side into Eames and Ambersley exchanging passes. It's all happening down the left-hand side at the moment. There's not really a lot of variation in our play. That's a great ball over the top, and Spencer, he got there ahead of the goalkeeper. I thought he was called Hewitt. He's actually called Hewelt. I do apologise. Spencer just couldn't quite get his attempt on target. Hawkins here with the possession, just knocking it out to the right-hand side for Richards. Considering we're playing the wing play system, I would have expected the keeper to be knocking it quite far long, but he keeps passing it out like that. And it does make me a little bit nervous considering it's non-league. And Thornley has gone straight through Spencer there. Really good first touch from Spencer to get onto that. And a big opportunity from the penalty spot to go 2 goals up here just before half-time. Can Spencer convert and give us a bit of breathing space? Yes, he can. Only just mine, though. Off the inside of the post, Hewell did go the right way. But saying that, I think if it was... Yeah, come on, Chris, get your words out. I think if it was placed any closer to the keeper, he may have actually got to that. It was a really good effort from the keeper to get to that, to be fair. And Spencer, with the finish, just off the inside of the post, keeper at full stretch, just couldn't quite get there. And we have a 2-goal advantage here. Much better performance from my perspective. Really, really happy. again, we're creating the chances, shots on target. Yes, I would like one or two more considering the number of attempts at goal we've had, but I will certainly take this if we can go in at the break 2 goals up. Sargent here into Maynard, and now Hume into McFadzean. Coming down this left-hand side, chance to get it into the penalty area. Cuts back, finds it, finds ball there in the centre of the penalty area, and his shot is deflected out for a Radcliffe corner, but nothing comes from it. And at half-time, we have a very good 2-goal advantage. Hopefully, it is something that we can build on in the second half. Very good performance, arguably one of the better ones that we've seen this season so far. And let's hope we can continue that as the game goes on. Um, Certainly very, very positive vibes coming from the lads today. And this will be a big morale boost for them as well if we can get the 3 points. Hawkins into Barton, tries it into Eames for the first time ball, and Eames had to work hard to get to that, and he did manage it quite well, but didn't have the support there. But James now picking it up, finding Stobbs on the right hand side, tries to get it into the penalty area. Stobbs cuts inside, and the shot is over the crossbar. Well, it took a deflection apparently because we have got a corner, but I definitely thought that he just shot that quite a way over. Certainly lacked the discipline in his finishing ability there, Stobbs. But he has had a few good games recently, despite not scoring that many goals. He has had a few good matches, even though we have been a bit poor. And a good effort there from Radcliffe as that shot goes over the crossbar. I'm looking at potentially making one or two substitutions, but in terms of fitness at the moment, I think the lads are absolutely fine. There's nothing too much to be worried about. Ambersley is on a yellow card though, so that is something that I might have to take a look at in a moment. And Richards just starting, along with Ezra in fact, just starting to struggle fitness-wise as well. But we've been very much in control of the game. I'm really, really pleased with the performance. And it kind of takes the pressure off a little bit, to be honest, about changing formation again. Richards here with the throw into James. Richards launches it in first time, and Ambersley is there. And what a save that is from Huelt. That's a fantastic piece of goalkeeping, point blank range, really good save. Should Ambersley be doing better? Arguably so, but that was a very good bit of goalkeeping in my opinion. As the clearance comes out to Stobbs, and that's another fantastic save from Huelt. Considering they're 2-0 down, the Radcliffe keeper is having a fantastic game today. And another corner put in by Richards, easily clear from Maynard. Stobbs wins it again. Barton into James, into Richards, and another fantastic save from Huelt. He's single-handedly keeping Radcliffe in this game with 15 minutes to go. Granted, they are 2-0 down, but he has been absolutely phenomenal today. And to be honest, despite some good performances on our side, realistically, I would argue he deserves the Man of the Match award at the moment. Ball into Glendon. Jackson couldn't quite get it past Ambersley. Now Eames into Spencer. Can he get the ball across? He can, and Stobbs is in. And this time, we do get the goal. It's deserved, very much so. Huelt has done superbly in goal for Radcliffe, but Stobbs does make the finish. And Eames with the pass into Spencer. He just held it up nicely. Stobbs made the run outside of him, and he got between the fullback and centre-back, and it's a very comfortable finish in the end. Huelt couldn't do an awful lot there. He was very much left in the lurch. And at 3-0, I am very, very pleased that we're going to get another 3 points on the board as we continue our push for that top half of the table. But again, performances like this can easily turn my head in terms of players that we're going to be able to keep versus the ones that are going to be leaving. As an Olin with the delivery into the penalty area, Stobbs couldn't quite get there. It's well clear from the centre-back. And now Richards, can he get the cross in? Yes, he can, and it's fired in. And I'm not entirely sure who won the header there, whether it was Eames or Ambersley. It may have been Ambersley, but in the end, just over the crossbar. But that is an excellent performance, and we've finally won a game in a video. Really, really happy with that one. And finally, we've broken our deadlock in the league games for a win on video. So defensively, just looking at those match stats there, the front three absolutely outstanding. The midfield three didn't really do an awful lot in the game, but defensively solid. Stokes, Richards, and Hawkins all having very good games, along with Ezanolim and Sobavale just in the background there as well. Excellent performance. Let's see if we can build on that. That's going to be a big, big boost for morale. And yeah, I'm very, very pleased. The Southport game is 4 days away, so bear with me. We'll come back for that one, and hopefully we will have more of the same. Okay then everyone, here we go for the game against Southport. We've had a lot of messages start coming through. Obviously we're coming to the end of December now, which means players and staff have got 6 months left on their contracts. I'm largely quite happy with the staff, so I'm going to try and keep all of the ones that we have. Player-wise, it's a little bit more difficult because of the amount of money that they're actually earning at the moment. So the likes of Chris Stokes, main first teamer, Charlie Weston, a good young midfielder that I really want to keep. Jack Stobbs as well has been excellent. Subawale, he's only 23. He's been very good. Kobe Brooks and Callum Hawkins, and John Richards for that matter as well. They've all been first team players. I want to renew a couple of their contracts, especially likes of Weston and Sobowale, but at the moment we've just got no money in the wage budget. I have agreed to release Brad Holmes, Rodwell Grant, Ola Renshaw, Stafford Conley, and Oliver Wobe. And to be quite honest, they're not getting first team football. And even though a couple of them have got really good potential, I've not seen enough from them, to be honest. Robbo Grant's hardly played, even though he's got good potential. And Stafford, every time he's played that we've seen of him as well, he tends to make a mistake. And despite his good potential, I don't want to be taking that risk. So all of these 6 players are going to be released. So that will free up around £1,000, maybe a little bit more in the wage budget, probably 1,500 in fact, per week. So it could mean that we can renew some contracts, but I will have to wait until after this coming match and see exactly where we can go from there. And hopefully we can get some players tied down a little bit. We've also been approached by Tony Weston, our other striker. He wants a little bit more first team football. So he is going to come in to the side to start today's game ahead of Spencer. Weston realistically is a better centre forward than Spencer, but because of Spencer's form, he's just been kept out of the team. The only other change to the starting lineup is Posher comes back into the side ahead of Sobovale in that centre back role. Other than that, the team is unchanged. Let's go out there and try and get a similar result to that we had last time out. If we can get that kind of result, it would be fantastic from our point of view. I'm not too sure where Southport are in terms of the league at the moment, but we have a big opportunity today. They're actually sat in 21st place in the league. I actually recognise a few players, weirdly, in their team, the likes of Ganawa, who's up front. He's done the rounds in the lower leagues of English football amongst one or two others there. But Southport find it out in the relegation zone. Again, it's one of those leagues where everybody can beat everybody. But following our previous win, I am hopeful that we can get another good result today. And fingers crossed that will come to fruition. And yeah, I think realistically, it is something that we should be doing, given the nature of current form as well. But we'll have to wait and see what which of our sides turns up today, because at times with that inconsistent, I just don't really know which way things are going to go. Here is Pike into Tucker. Good interception from Ambersley, charging down that left-hand side now. He's got support in the penalty area arriving. He's still going though, Ambersley. And in the end, I mean, that was a superb run from him. He was under pressure from the defender as well. I think he was expecting to be taken down and wasn't. And in the end, his shot was very tame and straight at the goalkeeper Renshaw there. But a positive start and really good stuff from Ambersley to intercept that. Really good direct move from him. And again, just not quite having that end product this time round. But again, very promising start. We do seem to have woken up a little bit. The other thing as well, the only thing I have changed tactically in this last match is Ambersley hits the crossbar. And there was no reaction from the other players there. One thing I did actually change from the last few games is we've gone to a positive mentality from a balanced mentality, just to try and G the lads up a little bit and give them a little bit more freedom. And obviously, in that previous game against Radcliffe, it certainly seemed to work. I've left it as balanced for quite a while, which potentially could be the reason why we've just not been looking so good going forward. Because obviously, 4 games without a goal, and then you go into that game with a little bit more positivity, and we did very, very well. So hopefully that will continue today. We're creating plenty of chances again. Not seeing too much of the ball in terms of possession at the moment, but again, we are away from home. And even though it's a relegation threatened side, in a league as competitive as this one, any point away from home, I've said it before, I'll say it again, any point away from home is a good one. As we go into half time at 0-0, we thoroughly deserve to be in front realistically, even though we've not had a lot of the ball. I'll tell the lads that we do need to just improve that side of our game a little bit. We've had the chances, but we do need to get a little bit more possession so that we can create one or two more opportunities and hopefully get ourselves in front in the match. Because at the moment, we've just not quite managed to get in there as things stand. It's a very even game, realistically, apart from the number of chances. But overall, based on the match stats, we should be winning this game. And Tony Weston, of course, he came to me asking for more game time. We've not seen anything from him in this game. Stobbs has had a shocking game on this right-hand side as well. I'm just going to pause there. 20 minutes to go. And I think we just need a little bit of a different outlet on that right-hand side. I mean, Weston hasn't been particularly good today, but I am going to leave him on. I'm going to move him to the right-hand side. Spencer is going to come on up front. Ambers is struggling a little bit. Crispin McLean is going to come on for probably his last appearance. His loan deal ends in January, and he's been a little bit of a bit part player after we managed to loan in Ambersley, so I'm not too concerned about him leaving. And Richards is struggling for fitness as well. Do we have any options for right back? Obviously, we've just taken Stobbs off, so that was our one option. So we'll probably leave it at that. We'll get some fresh legs on in midfield and bring Charlie Weston on for Eames as well. And we will see how this last 20 minutes goes. But again, we've been the better side, but at 0-0, it's a very dangerous scenario. One chance is all Southport need here. As an Olim into Stokes, and now Posher into Stobbs. Coming down this right-hand side, the substitution's obviously not taken place just yet. Richards charging past his man, gets the cross into that far post. Ambersley's header, and again, he's clipped the crossbar. He's just not managed to get things on target today. But he's certainly been a very dangerous outlet for us today as well. Chris Stokes here with the corner. Swings it in. And toward the near post, and we've hit the post this time. Spencer with the header. And again, we just can't find the back of the net. It's been one of those frustrating matches for us, realistically, but I'm not too disheartened, to be honest. Like I say, a good point away from home. It doesn't matter what the fixture is. And we know that on another day, we could have scored 2, possibly even 3 goals. So, still a couple of minutes left. We're right at the end of the game. Can we get our deserved winner? Swung in by Richards to the far post. McLean's header into Charlie Weston, and he's hit the crossbar now. That's the 4th time we've hit the woodwork. James on the edge of the penalty area. Back to Richards. James couldn't find Richards again. Posher volleys it back in, and it's cleared away, hitting the woodwork 4 times. We've been incredibly unlucky today. But again, that positive mentality certainly seems to have worked. We just couldn't find that goal. And again, I'm happy with the performance overall. We did very, very well. We just couldn't get that goal. A little bit frustrating, but I will certainly take that result. We dropped down to 9th with that draw. We had an opportunity actually to go into the playoff places, which, considering how things have been looking on occasion, is quite pleasing, to be quite honest. In terms of fixture schedule, I think realistically we're going to get through all of January, and we'll probably come back in the middle of February. We'll get quite a few games under our belts this time. We've seen games against the likes of Hereford, and Marina in there as well. So we'll probably come back in the middle of February and see how we're getting on. But certainly positive changes. We just need to build on it and see if we can really push ourselves into those playoffs in the next number of matches. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.